How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here, yet again, bringing you folks another little video here as we're driving along, going out to do a little bit of business here, and I figured we'd get the GoPro going. First thing I want to discuss here is the GoPro is now off to the angle. Normally I have it like right here in front of me or in the general vicinity, but I want to try just doing it on a bit of an angle, and I might even try it on the side mirror window, the passenger window, and see if that makes a difference. Anyway. Topic of the day. Also, by the way, I just want to thank everybody. We are now officially well over 100 subscribers. We're about 109, 110. So that's actually pretty awesome. So thank you very much. So I want to talk about like putting yourself first. Okay. So there's a couple situations that I can relate to here, and I can bring up in context. So I'm gonna just go right ahead, and we'll just get right into those. So, as you may or may not know. Before this video, last week there, I put a video of why I left my job, a couple reasons why, and that was one of the things I really discussed was, but I didn't go like too much in depth on it, was that you kind of have to put yourself first, and I'm still like a very firm believer of that statement, and I always will be, because in my opinion, really, I'm not saying the only person that should matter in your life is yourself, but like that should be like your primary goal, right, is you. And like when you make a decision, you kind of have to weigh the cons, right? You always do, right? You weigh the cons and you weigh the pros, and you kind of go with what outweighs what, right? It kind of justifies that decision. And I was in a situation where, actually, in my opinion, the cons of doing that, so like leaving the job, actually outweighed the pros. Like I still don't really, I haven't like listed them out, but I only could really think of more negative reasons off the top of my head. And you know, that kind of tells you something. It's like, okay, well, there seems to be like way more reasons for me to actually stick around and stay there. But at the end of the day, when I really thought about it, right, the first pro I kept thinking of was the same one, right? It was for me. Like, this decision isn't necessarily like, you know, you can look at financial, you can look at, you know, all cases of feasibility. But at the end of the day, it really just pertained to me. It was like, is this going to make me a happier overall person? You know, how's that going to affect me? And so far it has. Yeah, it's been quite amazing. Like, to have these weekends off and available, even if it's just to unwind and relax, and you know what, and not even do anything. Just sit back and just watch some videos all day or something. Doesn't matter. You know, it's what I choose to do with that time. And like I said, putting yourself first is just of utmost importance in every situation. And again, a lot of the times what I do when I make a decision is I do that. I weigh the cons and I weigh those pros, and I try to see what the value is of those two, right? Kind of what like, if there's more cons, normally I don't do it, and then if there's more pros, normally I would go for it, right? But the odd exception is if it's more beneficial to me, like for something like that, then that's what I'm going for. I know it doesn't make sense, because you could say like financially, you know, quitting your job isn't good for you, right? But then I also was like, okay, well, I got enough money in the bank to be fine, right? But my main thing was like happiness. I think that's kind of where I still put it, like utmost of importance. If you even talk about yourself, it's got to be happiness, health, again, financials, like those are huge, right? And, you know, kind of disregarding those, be like, yeah, well, I don't want to leave this job, and you know, you could say, oh, because I just, you know, I want to change a pace, right? That's not bad. But if you say I physically can't afford it, right, to go to one place to another, well then, in my opinion, you're just kind of SOL, right? There'd be really no point in doing that maneuver. So I think at the end of the day, really, my point I'm trying to get across here is, like I said, you always got to put yourself first, and there's going to be really a ton of decisions in life that you're going to have to really like buckle down and kind of think about, right? And I made some of these decisions on like right on the fly, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should have like kind of thought about it a little bit more. But then other times there are decisions that I'll make that I honestly do take, like, you know, I take a few days, I take a couple weeks, you know, and that's harder than it sounds, right? Like, to actually take the time and make like a good fundamental decision actually can be very difficult. But again, sometimes you can pull that off, right? And it actually kind of works out to your favor. It's just not in every situation, of course. But again, it's just all what I'm trying to say, man, is you always put yourself first in every situation possible. You know, you could argue it like a life and death situation. Yeah, I get that. That's a little different. But I mean, like in a general day-to-day thing, like you're in a relationship, it's going downhill. Put yourself first, right? What's best for you in that situation, right? Don't put yourself through something that you don't need to be going through. Is kind of, I guess, what I'm trying to say. You know, at the end of the day, you're not doing yourself any favors. As funny as that sounds, you're really not. You're gonna do more harm than good there, right? This guy's like fucking just right on me. I love when I'm driving, actually, and I always look at my rearview mirror, and you'll see a car just fucking tailing you the whole time. I love it. There we go. Finally got rid of him. Just tailing me, like, man. Every turn, everywhere I went, and he was just right on me too. It wasn't even like he was like back. He was close. Anyway, that's been this video there, folks. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you don't mind the new angle. I'm just playing around with the angle on the car, right? I want to see, because I just feel like that might be a little bit more of a change of an idea. Just have it on the side a little bit instead of me looking directly at it. You know, I can focus on my driving a bit more too, where I'm not distracted by the camera as much. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, disagree, that kind of thing. And we're going to see you in the next video. Peace.